Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. This is Jim Sports Cards. I'm Jim, so let's talk about sports cards. This is the third and final submission video from this run. We've had a submission so big we need to split into 3 videos. We had the first part, which was SGC drop-offs at the card show. We've had the second part, which is SGC mail-ins, how we normally do submissions. Now, people might have forgotten, we're still, you can see it up there, we're still doing PSA. PSA is still going, and that's what this video is all about. So this is a mixture of drop-ins at the card show and people that have sent them in to us via the post. And the way I would describe this submission is, this is very much a story time submission. We've got some incredible cards here, and so many of them have a really interesting backstory. You might not care, but I really care. So I cannot wait to get into these and show you the cards that we're submitting, because they are so genuinely one of a kind and unique that you'll probably never see anything like it again with some of them. And some of them have great backstories, which is what collecting is all about. It's not just about the card itself, it's about how you got it, why it means something to you, which I absolutely love. So without further ado, let's see the cards. So first of all, whilst wearing my Pierre Gasly F1 hat, we've got some F1 cards. Now these cards are so uniquely interesting. William submitted these cards with me, and we've had long discussions about them, because these aren't your typical F1 cards, and this is not your typical submission. The really interesting thing about these cards, as I will show you now, is the fact that not only are they're normal cards, but a couple of weeks ago, the British Grand Prix was held at Silverstone, and William was lucky enough, fortunate enough, determined enough to go and get the cards individually signed by the driver. So first up, we have Lando Norris, and this card is not going to be graded, but authenticated for the autograph. Hello, Mr. Fly, thank you. You can see Lando in the gold autograph there. What an autograph, the LAN and then the little, like a backwards too. When you see that, that looks awesome. There's not going to be a card like this. There might be someone who's got Lando to sign it, but no signature like this with the gold pen or with the blue sapphire. And the hoops and the loops that he had to get him to sign this sound arduous and ridiculous. So we've got a Lando Norris. We've got the Ferrari man, Charles Leclerc, who's got an awesome signature. That is a hell of a signature. You won't fit that on a top sticker, I'll tell you that. And then you've got the man, or the other man of the hour, predicting a move soon. We have George Russell with the autograph as well. 3 incredibly unique cards that all were individually signed in person by the drivers themselves. So William, who submitted this, has been less than a foot away from all of these drivers, which is insane. And I cannot wait to get these autos authenticated for him. So what a story on getting those. So thank you very much, William. And now the next autograph we have is from Harry. We have a Lando Norris refractor. See, just look at the difference. When you compare the two, you can tell they're the same autograph because you've got the LAN, the swiggle and the under. But you can tell he's really tried to fit it in there, and he's just gone full out on the card. This is only numbered to 74. So this going through PSA with the form he's in is going to be huge. And all the better to him. Lando's looking like he's going to have a great career. So thank you very much for this submission, Harry. Now, moving away from the F1 for a second, we have an extremely unique card from Joe Sports Cards. He came to the card show and wanted to see if he could submit a lot of cards and stickers that you might have seen in our previous video. This card is so unique that the aim that we are aiming for in this is a PSA 1. If this gets a 1, we will be over the moon, because it is Pele's earliest ever card, sticker, whatever you want to call it. Unbelievable. I've never seen a card like this. You can see the huge chunk. Let's get that into autofocus. Come on. Come on, I know I'm not that bad at this YouTube malarkey. Come on. Focus. There we go. You can see this huge chunk here that is missing, that's been like peeled off. You can obviously see whitening on the corners, and you can see how banged up and damaged the back is. So the aim for this one is a PSA 1, but just to own it, like how rare and how unique this card is. Unbelievable. From Brazil, from printed there. I'm never going to see another card like this, ever. This is so, so unique. So thank you very much, Joe, for submitting this. It's so great seeing all of these different types of cards, from your classics like we're about to see with some more modern cards, and cards that people have got signed in person, cards from 50, 60, 100 years ago. It's so interesting. Now, going back to a little bit of normality, we have a Phil Foden Holo Optic rated rookie. Easily the go-to card for Phil Foden. Obviously you want numbered and whatnot, but from the rated rookie optic product, the silver holo is gorgeous. It really is a thing of beauty. And let me just confirm who it was that submitted it. I believe it was Jay. I believe. Let me double check that. One of the organisers of the event on the weekend. Unbelievable. It is such a nice card. Fingers crossed on this one. And also we have the Cristiano Ronaldo rookie card from Topps. Now, I remember this shirt very well because this was from the 2003-2004 season. Vodafone on the front. Man U won the FA Cup 4-0 against Millwall. Very random. I was like 7 at the time, 6, 7. This card from Premier Gold 04 looks, for the age, in very, very good condition. We don't think it will 10, but it is in very, very good condition. So we're really excited about that one. And a few years later, who knew he would be in the conversation for the best of all time alongside this man? And here they feature together, Ronaldo and Messi in the matchups. This card is going to be one of those cards that down the line is going to be so, so iconic. We know this one's not going to 10. We can see straight away the centering's off. But even in a PSA 9 or PSA 8, this card still goes for hundreds. So we are very, very excited to see what this comes back as. And as football collectors, this is an iconic card. And the last one of our submission is going back to Harry. Is more F1. It's a refractor. It's not quite as good as my one. Or it's better than my one, sorry. It is the Lewis Hamilton refractor variation from his portrait. So sat on that Mercedes tyre stack. It is such a cool card. It is unbelievable. And this card could end up fetching thousands if it gets a PSA 10. Unbelievable card. As an F1 collector, it doesn't really get much better. So thank you very much, Harry. And that does it for our express submissions. We haven't even got to the half of it yet with what you're about to see. Last but not least, we have our Express Plus submission. So this is the most expensive option that PSA offer. However, there's a very good reason for it. And it's because these cards are unbelievable. They are top tier. So first of all, we've got this card that came as a redemption for our friend Elliot over at Quick Rips. It is a variation autograph. Let's tease it. Oh, tease it. Why not? The variation for Ja Moran on-card autograph. The Contenders Optic rookie ticket, one of my favourite products, in the teal throwback jerseys. Beautiful, beautiful card, numbered to 149. As you can see by the V there, it's the variation. We've barely seen any of these on the market, and considering the only time someone has touched this is when I took it out of the Panini sealed mag and put it in a top load, in a semi-rigid, we can only hope for a 10, but it's Panini, so we'll see what happens, but fingers crossed. Now, this last card was submitted to us on the day at the card show, and I didn't realise the magnitude of this card until I held it in person. So Peter, who is featured in our SGC submission, tells me a little story on the day about how when he was younger, sort of 20, 30 years ago, he used to go over to Florida quite frequently. And he's got boxes and boxes of cards from then. Back in the year 2000, he packed an autograph, didn't really think much of it. The player ended up going in the 7th round, and he just put it away in a top loader, and in the sleeve and top loader, and kept it there. Fast forward 21 years later, if you know your NFL, drafted in the year I believe it is the year 2000. That is awkward if I'm wrong. Drafted in the 7th round, the undeniable GOAT, 6 MVP rings, Tom Brady. Who would have thought back then it'd be worth anything? But now we have a rookie Tom Brady on card autograph. This card as a PSA 8 or 9, or 8 even, sells for thousands. And this card, albeit not in perfect condition, has been sat in a sleeve and top loader in a box for the last 20 years not being touched. So, fingers crossed. The autograph is held. It's an incredible card. Press past 2000 football. No one at that time would have thought Tom Brady would ever amount to anything. And look at him now. So, all in all, the autographs and the stories we've got from this PSA submission, from the private signings to the Pele sticker to the Ja Morant and the Tom Brady, are unbelievable. And I love these kind of stories. It is one of my favourite things about the hobby, because it doesn't have to be an expensive card. These happen to be expensive cards. But as long as you love your card for a reason and it draws you to it, that's all that matters. And there we have it for our latest PSA submission. Hopefully we'll be hearing some news from them soon. I say hopefully. We never hope for it because they're always silent. But fingers crossed we hear some news from them soon, and hopefully we'll be able to offer some cheaper options. In the meantime, we'll still have Super Express and Express both available, both subject to how many cards we get in. We can't guarantee that those will go ahead, but we plan on offering them to the people that want to have them graded at PSA. So, what a unique, I say that word a lot, but what a unique story time submission, I'm going to call it. Because so many of these cards have a fantastic story behind them, and we cannot wait to get them graded and back to the collectors. So without further ado, this has been Jim Sports Cards. I've been Jim. Peace.